Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Mohamad Nazreen bin Mohamad Shahnaz. My ID number is 2022-877792. And our group are going to present about how Ministry of Education manage the issue of teaching math and science in English. First of all, in this millennium generation, English is spreading throughout the world. Therefore, there is some company use English as intermediate language for the interview session. In 2020, our former Prime Minister, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, made a statement: English to be used to teach math and science again. Under Dr. Mahathir's first term as Prime Minister, the teaching and learning of science and mathematics is in English, or better known by its acronym PPSMI. The teaching of mathematics and science in English, or PPSMI, was introduced during 2003 school session to all students of Year 1 in primary school and Form 1 of the secondary levels. PPSMI was fully implemented to all secondary school students in 2007 and primary school students in 2008, before it was abolished in 2013. And now I'm going to pass to my friend Afham to talk about the issue of Ministry of Education are facing.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afham bin Muhammad Jayus and my ID number is 2022-890208. The first issue is English is not the first language. The facts we know in Malaysia, people using mother tongue. For example, Malay people will talk in Bahasa Melayu, Chinese people will talk in Mandarin, and Indian people will talk in Tamil. Other than the fact too many teachers have to go some program to training, it is because they have to help students who bad in English. They also have to prepare more than language teacher to make their student know about their topic and understand about it. Next issue is due to social historical and economic factor linked to its past as a British colony. Students who live and rise in neighborhoods such as village, they will hate English language very much because of their senior citizen. It is because they will force to proud their mother tongues and reject any foreign language. The spirits will become more powerful when they not exposed to outside world, and they will trust a word from their senior citizens more than reading in internet and people who making a video about English language. Last issue is the educational system in Malaysia is very exam oriented. The facts we all know, some students who struggle in math and science will not unable to receive the greatest mark, so that they will study longer than necessary and they doesn't have their times to play. Become more worse, parents who are care about academics will push them and making them stress. Teachers also will make them stressful when they doesn't know about their student fields in their subjects who teach them.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aqil bin Muhammad Jarim and my ID number is 2022-873352. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the definition of planning. Planning is the function of management that involves setting objective and determining a course of action for achieving those objectives. Planning requires that managers be aware of environmental conditions facing their organization or forecast future conditions. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about how to make learning science of science and mathematics in English more efficient and fun. So in Malaysia, most children don't find science and math in English interesting because of the teaching method and resource such as lab space limitations, absence of science roof with laboratories, lack of teaching resource in elementary schools, lack of creativity and innovation in school textbook. Also, incapacity of instructor to employ the newest technological tools in class and lesson. So next, I'm going to talk about the plan that the National Education Council that has suggested to overcome this issue. The first one is enhancing the training of professional teachers. For the NEC focus on teacher in low income and crisis affected contexts as professional learners and individuals. Teacher must establish a strong professional identity just like other profession. The available of high quality of professional development has an impact on teachers' professionalism in addition to more obvious issues like hiring, compensation and possibility for growth. So the next one is the NEC develop, apply, measure and institutionalize standard for teacher professional development. Despite this knowledge, there are not enough trained providers or any standards for what constitutes high quality professional development in donor funded humanitarian and development programs. Without a common definition of what constitutes excellent professional development, instructors are frequently forced to participate in subpar and occasionally harmful professional development that serve no purpose and cost donors money and donors time. The development and implementation of standards have been opposed by a significant portion of the education community, in part due to the difficulties and volatility of many fragile contexts that may make standards achievement difficult, as well as in part due to what may be seen as their excessive rigidity. So the next plan is the NEC try to improve the education and school management. And the NEC try to strengthening the open online learning in school and other education in college also. Virtual setting for learning by utilizing digital learning resource on collaborative learning platform like Learning Object, Laman Pembelajaran, Digital Textbook, e-Bahan and Edu Web TV. The government will improve the virtual learning environment in school. Encourage this way, it will encourage the student to learn independently and proactively. The MOE will keep updating and adding new digital resource to the One Bestari Net VLE portal, which already has 24,000 content available. Next, the NEC also creating nature professional development program for teachers and school leaders by utilizing a pool of highly skilled master trainers. A complete competency-based professional development program will be implemented for in-service teacher and school administrator to improve their management pedagogical and soft skill. Based on the requirement of teachers and schools, this program will be offered in a few institutes of teacher education. And the third plan that is suggested by the NEC is that they need to improve the teacher service scheme. The effective educational system are built on the development of human resource. It is imperative that human resource development be given top priority in educational system. A persistent investment in teachers, professional development, and the enhancement of their working and employment condition is one of the action plans that will immediately improve educational quality. Teachers' standing and the status of the education are intertwined. Teachers need support in order to improve their work with children in the classroom if they are to serve as the child agent in the movement against child labor. So I will pass it to the next representative.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aimanuddin bin Muhammad Hafizuddin. My ID number is 2022813976. Before I explain what the Ministry of Education (MOE) does in decision making, I would like to give a brief definition of what decision making is. Decision making is a process of making choice by identifying a decision and gathering information and assessing alternative resolution. Decision making have two types. It is a program and not programs. Program decisions are routine are repeated, and they can be resolved using simple mechanical such as 90% of managerial choice are predetermined. Next, not programs are judgmental, extraordinary, or one-time choice that are frequently made in stressful situations where there is a lot of uncertainty and not certain programmer is available. Now I want to talk about diagnosing the issue. First, many students think they still find it difficult to use English, follow the teaching and learning of science and mathematics research conducted by Izahak Harun at University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, UPSI, which show the result of achievement achieved by students is very low in both subjects. Next, teachers also have problem using English to teach those subjects. The Malaysia Insider. I will explain strategy and solution by Ministry of Education, MOE, and PPSMI. The first point is open a new class and how to teaching. MOE and PPSMI implementation begin with year 1 student in primary school, form 1 and lower form 6 in secondary school. Class can be open if the number of students is approved to follow a class. The implement DLP achieve at least 15 people or more. The implementation of this new policy is that to start session. Bilingual height hazard exam is being used as an accommodation measure along with the objective of having English only in exam. By this to make sure the Ministry of Education has accommodated the students that are not good enough to being performed in English during the Form 5 high stake easy exam that is called as SPM. Exam also by that is include the mathematics and additional mathematics. And for the science subject that include biology, physics and science that in bilingual format in Bahasa Melayu. in Bahasa Melayu and English by Sin 2003. Although Form 5 students being sitting for the SPM batch at the time are still being in the format of being taught in Bahasa Melayu. But when this new format of study has been implemented only for the student that take course in science stream can only take additional English course which is in the English for the science and technology. Now I want to explain how to teaching. The student and the first group that been taught mathematics and science in English through went on Form 1 to Form 5. While SPM exams are in bilingual format, the Ministry of Education take order that all mathematics science teacher must give instruction in English and they only can use Bahasa Melayu if only the student needed further explanation in the language. It also can be concluded the Ministry of Education give order to all of the school must conduct a monthly internal assessment, mostly in English. By this objective, the Ministry of Education has been planning of to have in legal which is in English SPM exam. Next, decision making is criteria for teacher selection. First, subject option teacher. As planner for development of teaching and learning in school, teacher must arm yourself with all kind of information that will be used later in school. Therefore, teacher need to be prepared in terms of knowledge, skill, training and emotion to deal with any situation that may arise teaching science and math in English. The structure of science program depends largely on teaching strategy and learning take place in the classroom. Thus, it can be concluded that the role of teachers is very important in the field of education. Teacher must also be fully prepared about confidence, competence, and emotion when giving lecture in class. In addition, the teacher knowledge of science and math is required come with different teaching skill. Teaching method and a good presentation can make students more interest in certain topic and they require a strong teacher who is truly prepared for what will be taught. Second criteria of selection of teacher is not an option. First, teacher must have experience teaching for more than 3 years in science and mathematics subject. Last but not least, teacher also must have a diploma, bachelor, master or doctoral degree in other field equivalent to science and mathematics. That's all from me. Now I want to pass to my friend to explain about organizing.
Okay, so we meet again, and but now I'm going to talk about the organizing. Organizing can be defined as a process that initiates implementation of plan by clarifying jobs, working relationship, and effectively deploying resources for attainment of identified and desired results. Therefore, it is a process which coordinates human efforts, assembles resources, and integrates both into a unified whole to be utilized for achieving specific objective. So, to overcome the issue, the organization established a National Education Council, also known as the NEC, which would be modeled after the National Water Resource Council, National Land Council, National Forestry Council, and National Spatial Planning Council would bring together state and federal stakeholders to forge consensus on issues relating to the infrastructure and information infrastructure of effect education, including spatial planning. As the primary stakeholder and driver for all education infrastructure and infrastructure related initiative across the country, the council will have the responsibility of creating pertinent policies, strategies, and conducting frequent review. Okay, the next one, the organizations established the state education committees, that is the SEC. These committees would operate at the political level of government, enabling coordination between the many organizations engaged in the location, construction and operation of school with the requisite infrastructure in place. State agriculture committees and state industrial committees, which are led by the chief minister, state executive councillor or state minister, serve as model for this. Like federal level committees, members of the committees will be chosen from the respective agency. That's all from me. I'm going to pass to my to the other representative.
The last of managing the issue is controlling. First thing first, what is the meaning of controlling? Definition of controlling is a process to ensure the actual activity conform to planned activity by stoner. According to Roberto Mockler, controlling is a systematic effort by business management to compare performance to predetermine standard plans objective and to see the human and other corporate resources are being used in the most effective and efficient way possible in achieving corporate objective. Now I want to talk about diagnosing the issue of controlling. Monitoring carried out by the Ministry of Education. The Trade Mathematics and Science Study Report 2007 states that the position of Malaysian students in science subject has declined from 20 in 2003 to 21 in 2007. As for mathematics subject, the level of student we have slipped from 10 in 2003 to 20 2007. The level of English language proficiency among students, especially in rural area, is still low, making it difficult for them to understand the teaching of mathematics and science in English. Now, I will explain about the strategy and solution of controlling. First, increase the number of English teachers. On 8 July 2009, the Ministry of Education increased the number of teachers by 13,933 to strengthen English proficiency among a student. With the addition of this teacher, there is no longer a school that the lack teacher who have expertise and skill in the subject of English. In addition, the Ministry of Education has also selected the best teacher to teach in rural school in order to improve the language skill among rural communities. The Ministry also provide DG41 English language assistant teacher for large class, such as class with more than 35 students in year 1 and year 2 to increase contact time between teacher and student. The last point of strategy and solution of controlling is increase the allocation of time to study English subject. In primary school, the English language time allocation for SK level 1 is increased by 90 minutes from 224 minutes to 330 minutes a week, while for level 2, it is increased 90 minutes from 210 minutes to 300 minutes a week. Meanwhile, in secondary school, the ministry give the English language time allocation for Form 1 to Form 6 increased by 18 minutes from 200 minutes to 280 minutes a week. By allocation time to learn English, students can learn English in more detail and can improve their English proficiency. And because of this, the Ministry of Education was able to achieve their objective, which is to increase proficiency of the English language among the community. That's all from me. Thank you.
For the conclusion, our government have tried their best to overcome the issue of teaching math and science in English, which is the difficulty and the confusion faced by students to understand this subject because English is students' second language. Therefore, our Ministry of Education or MOE have made plans to make the learning of science and math in English fun. The Ministry of Education enhance teacher service so students can have better understanding for these subjects. Furthermore, government establishing a National Education Council, or in Malaysia it called KPM, Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia. We hope this program could help students to improve in the future. Hence, they can get the job that match their interests. That's all from us. Thank you.